Hello, it's Bowden with his vlog for the 2nd, I believe, of April. I'm pretty much a good practical joker, but I didn't do any practical jokes on April Fools. Wasn't gonna go that route. That being said, I'm gonna do my vlog as I travel to get a few things, necessities, non-necessities, and I gotta get the hell out of my house. Between me and my wife, everything's just playing up on us. It's really difficult. We spent all the time together anyhow. I don't think there's been a moment where we haven't been together, and it's just between that and the kids and not being able to go to X, Y, and Z. We get it. So that being said, it was a lot easier when we didn't have children. Just like everybody would suspect. But, you know, we're taking it day by day. It's really more difficult on our kids than it is on us. We have a few outlets. That being said, my youngest is having a difficult time. She's getting a lot of anxiety from it, so. And who wouldn't? I mean, you know, everybody has it. Even my oldest has it. And I'm not going to go too fast and make too much noise with the wind, but I got to get real air in this damn car. I'm so sick and tired of being cooped up. I live in an apartment building. You know, the plan was to actually buy a house right about now. But I live in an apartment building, and it's not enough room. There's too many people. I really don't want to go in the elevator. I've been taking the stairs a lot. You know, doing those things. But that being said, Dr. David, our safety podcast professional and pro, we've been talking about face validity since the beginning. I'm a little dry mouth. It's hot. I've been cleaning up, so. And I've seen a lot of face validity. I've seen a lot of face validity validating that there is a virus out there, with a lot of people staying the hell away from each other, 6 feet or more. They're really staying away from each other. And matter of fact, when you walk, and I think I mentioned this before, but everybody's like, you know, it's like a freaking Talking Heads video. You may ask yourself, how did this virus get here? Well, it's a Chinese virus. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that because it's a Chinese virus. Doesn't matter. That's where it came out of. Wuhan. Okay, you have a problem with it? I don't really give a shit. It's not a racist thing. It's just a Chinese virus. It came from China, as as Trump has said, and everybody else is validated. Even the Chinese scientists have validated that were killed after validating that it came out of China. So, but on the other end of the spectrum, I'm seeing a couple people in my building. They're older. They're older than me by probably anywhere upwards of 10 years. And they are just itching for interaction and some kind of connection, talking, you know. And I gotta be honest, I think everybody is. Everybody's kind of like jonesing for, you know, some kind of interaction with people. Something. I'm gonna, you know, open my window for a second, put something out. Not very conducive, but this is what I'm doing. So everybody's jonesing for, like, you know, you kind of want to go back to the whole handshake or just a physical touch type of scenario. We're not good without touching. And we're talking about good touch, not bad touch. So get your minds out of the gutter. But we're not good with this standoffish type of attitude that's, you know, it just doesn't work for most of the culture. And I was even toying with the idea of, like, when this is all said and done and, you know, we're back to on the road to some kind of normal where people are interacting and they go to their houses and there's less fear. It may be like you may be getting hugs from many, many people. You know, every time you meet somebody, hey, it's good to see you. And people you don't even know, because people are missing that interaction and touch. Something very psychological about it. It's very interesting. What I have noticed is that there's more traffic in New York City I'm seeing a lot more cars during the day and night. It does cut off at a certain point, and people aren't traveling as much at night. That being said, there is traffic. Again, I'm hearing the gardeners out there doing their thing, which, for the most part, they're only working with each other. So there's no, if one of them gets sick, all of them are going to get sick. But they're out playing with plants and trees. So that's pretty much the way it is. I mean, they're in the UV, so that hopefully the UV will kill whatever's part of this virus as well. And it's good because it kind of brings in a little bit of sounds of normalcy that we're used to. It's really strange how birds now aren't normal. Think about that. Hearing chirping birds where I am isn't something that you would normally hear in the city. You'd hear it if you were really up very, very early, but you wouldn't hear it most often, and you wouldn't think it was normal. I still don't hear much, if any, air traffic. A couple of helicopters here and there, and I'm trying to see if they're military grade. I can't see from where I am at this point. But as far as planes, nope. I'm hearing the trains. They toot every once in a while at night. And from what I understand, they're very light, so it doesn't, it works out that way for a lot of people. Can get a whole car to themselves, which is great. Other than that, I'm going to find out today, how people are reacting at stores. Last time I went to the store, they made me wait online 6 feet behind the person in front of me to get into the store. They were limiting the number of people that they were allowing into the store, which is a good thing. I would assume. I am noticing a lot more cell towers going up, and this is the scary part because I don't think many people are talking about it, but I've discussed it. You should research it. 5G. This is the new technology that they're touting as the end-all be-all. Basically, it's not that good. It's really bad for you and the environment, and the frequencies that it goes through, and it's really, really bad. It affects your blood. It can affect your blood flow. I mean, you can there's some major radiation poisoning from this, and a lot of these cases very well could be radiation poisoning, not as much as the actual COVID-19. So you may want to look into that. Now, of course, the powers that be are not going to tell you that because that's a huge liability, and they've invested so much into it. 5G is here to stay, but 5G basically is one gigantic tracking device, and they literally can pinpoint you to the meter. And not only can they pinpoint you, but if they overclock the system and signal to you, you're screwed. You're going to burn up. And I mean burn up. So that's not a good thing. Well, with that said, as I trek through, I'm out of New York City now, and I'm going up north towards Westchester. Haven't had luck, and we've been looking for the toilet paper. We have, but 4 people, kids go through it too quickly, and rationing it out, rather difficult. But we're looking for paper towel, toilet paper. We're looking for Lysol. I have bleach. Lysol seems to do the trick better and faster than anybody else does it. That being said. And it's difficult. I had talked to a couple of friends of mine who are in the food industry and in the business. The problem with Lysol is the materials that they use to make Lysol are in short supply. Go figure. So they are making it. Production is up. Production's running. But it's kind of hard to get it. And it's sporadic. There are other stores that seem to have things more than we do. So I don't know what the heck's going on with that. But in the New York City area, it's not being replenished that quickly, if at all. In Westchester, where I've been going, not really replenished at all. It's very sparse. Pricing is going up as usual. I'm really hoping that the malaria meds with the Zithromax, there's a zinc component too, which has been tested. I'm not touching anybody, so I don't give a shit about coughing on my hands. That seems to be 100% effective within 2 to 3 days. So all those people giving the discredit to the man who's coming up with alternatives while we're working on vaccines to vaccinate people for this, you need to cut your shit. No one's prepared for this, and I don't want to hear about he got rid of all those CDC people, and give me a fucking break. This is a pandemic. It doesn't matter how many CDC bases you have. Big freaking deal. No one cares. It's not going to stop the pandemic. Nothing would have stopped the pandemic. Actually, if things would have stopped it, when the president put in the order to stop people from coming into this country from Asia, China, India, Iran, Middle East, and all the affected nations, they called him a racist and a xenophobe. But he got it put in place, and the reason we have not as much craziness, and if you think about it in a grand scheme, not as much craziness, is because of what he put in place. Okay? Bottom line. And he did that in January, when this started happening, maybe even the tail end of December. I'm not saying this guy is the greatest person in humanity whatsoever, but he does surround himself with really good people and really good implementers and people that know their shit. And I think he really does have it more so in control. I think not only does it have it more so in control, this is bizarre, but I think he's doing his best, because I really do believe this guy cares about people. The first thing he wanted to get out is money to the people that are hourly wages and the businesses, and he's been talking about it since day one. And the problem with that, after they made a deal with Pelosi coming in and screwing that deal, with Chuck Schumer screwing that deal, and then these people loading it up with crap for all these Democratic constituents and all the BS that they put in play. Oh my God. You should be ashamed of yourself. We are getting screwed on. They gave themselves pay raises. You realize that, right? But this is the best part. So they gave $25 million to the Kennedy Art Center. And that was supposed to help them with the musicians, paying them to keep them in employment. And once they got it, what happened? All the musicians were fired. So they have nobody now. And on top of that, Kennedy Center donated $5 million to the DNC. So basically what happened there was they laundered money for the DNC. Pay attention to that. And it was targeted to be done that way. Think about that. These are the people that give a shit about you. I've been saying it for a long time. There's no such thing as a Democrat anymore. They're long gone. When I was growing up, they were there. But these people aren't Democrats. These are thieves. And the Republicans aren't that far behind. So I'm not picking sides here. But it's outright thievery. They care more about themselves and their power than you and we the people. They will give themselves pay raises before you get your $1,200 check, which is bullshit. They will give themselves everything they want. They'll launder money for themselves, and that is that. You should have known that when the first law created for what they call the Obamacare Act was, we're exempt. That's when you should have known that this was the shittiest idea and concept on the planet. Everybody was exempt except for us. Well, let's learn our lessons from this. Well, let's be prepared. Okay, let's try to be prepared for situations like this. Keep some food on hand. Maybe take a survival course when it's all over. You think you survived it, but you just barely got by. Really take a survival course. They're available, then they're not that expensive. And on top of that, maybe you should reevaluate who you're supporting in an election and what they've done to actually help you. We've got Ocasio-Cortez, who is like having a seizure because illegals aren't included in the bill. When she means people that are here illegally, not people that are here legally that are not American citizens, because those people, actually, there's some money for them too, which I'm not a really big fan of, but that's besides the point. But she wants to take care of illegal aliens, people that have broken the law to come here. Okay, and I'm sure some of them are really great people, and I'm sure some of them are dogs. We're not going to debate that. But here's the problem for this person. As a representative, you represent citizens of the United States of America, not illegal aliens. And I don't care if your district has 99% illegal aliens, you represent the percentage of people that are citizens. So the fact that you, as well as everybody that ran for office for president right now on the Democratic side, who've been suckling at the teat of illegal immigrants that are breaking the law, starting off their debates with speaking Spanish directly to them, and no one's talking about the veterans that are here that are all homeless, need medical help and whatever prior to this stuff. No, they don't have any money, they need employment. Nope, they give a rat's ass about illegals. So just remember that, because everybody's on an equal playing field here, except for the uber rich, who have a lot more money than all of us, maybe have better supplies. But you know what? Most people are overextended, and most people aren't prepared for what just took place, and they're just making and getting by. And a lot of people lost their jobs. Do you really think that you should be a second-class citizen in your own country and have the illegals take priority over you? Look, I'm all for immigrants that come from immigrants, but they wanted to be here. They didn't lose their heritage or their language, but they spoke English, and they read English, and they wrote English. And they worked long and hard to do so. They went to night school to get it done. My grandfather went to night school to get it done. My grandfather was attacked as a child in this country because he was from Russia. But he was really proud to be an American. My father-in-law came over here and joined the military because he wanted to be American and have a life from communist Hungarian country. So that being said, that's the validity. That's a real face validity. When you get the seconds, you get seconds after the people that shouldn't get anything are getting first. I'm going to end this because it's way too long a video. My 5 minutes went to 18. But I'm going to try to do more videos like this. I'm going to try to come back, and please, if you like it, subscribe, like it, share it. I don't care. But I'm going to look at providing people with some ideas on what to do after this is all over. If you need employment, things to look at, and ways to generate money. You got to start thinking about it now. You got the moments to do it. Think about it now. Get it done. Until then, be safe, be well. God bless, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.